Good morning, everyone. My name is Shobit Garg, and for this semester, I'll be taking your quant and aptitude sessions under the subject career skills. Hoping for a good start with you all. And I hope that you have studied or given a look over the PDFs I have shared, under which I have given some numerologies of number system and some divisibility rules. If not, don't worry, we will be just having a brief look over the things which I have shared previously. Now let's have a look on them, and the topic which is under the unit 1, that is number system. Now these are the few numerologies which I have shared previously as well. Now let's have a brief look over them. First is natural numbers. Natural numbers are the basic numbers which we see in our daily life starting from 1. Keep in mind that natural numbers start from 1 and it continues till so on. Whole numbers starts from 0. The difference between these two is that it starts from 0. Integers, integer is any number that is in negative also or in positive also, but the difference is that integer will not be a fraction, it will not be a decimal, it should be a complete number, whether it's -4, -5, -6, but it should be a complete number, not a fraction or a decimal or a part of any number. Next is decimal. Decimal is like any incomplete number like 2.5, 4.5, that will come under decimals. Similarly, rational numbers. Rational numbers are both that numbers which can be expressed as a fraction also. Like here 0.5 I have given. It can be expressed as 5 by 10 also. It can be expressed as 1 by 2 also. So anything that can be expressed in a fraction is a rational number. Irrational number that cannot be expressed as a fraction. Seems like pi, in which it goes on from 3.14 and so on, it continues. In under root 2 it goes on 1.414 and it goes on. In that case, which is not a complete fraction, that comes under rational numbers. Positive number, anything 0 above 0 is a positive number. Keep in mind there are difference between these four. Anything above 0, it will not include 0, not include 0. In negative, anything below 0. On the contrary, if you feel that positive and non-negative are same, no. They are almost same but not same, because non-negative means everything positive and 0 as well. The difference between positive and non-negative is that non-negative includes 0, non-positive includes 0. Non-positive means all the negative numbers and 0 as well. And even and odd are again very easy things. I hope you can do it. Let's go on to the next one. We have studied divisibility rules. Let's have a look on them. Divisibility rule of 2. Divisibility rule of 2 says that any even number is divisible by 2, ending with 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. Any number of digits, if they end from these 5 digits, it will be divisible by 2, and if they end with 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9, they will not be divisible by 2. Next, the divisibility rule of 3. Divisibility rule of 3 states that sum of all digits, if divisible by 3, then that number will also be divisible by 3. For an example, let's take a number 3, 9, 2, 4, 6. Now add all the digits like 3 plus 9 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6. That's 12 to 14 and then 24. 24 can be divided by 3, it comes it's completely divisible. So this number will also be divisible by 3. Let's take another number. Suppose 1, 4, 9. Add all the digits, 1 plus 4 plus 9 it becomes 14. Not divisible by 3. So not divisible by 3. Got it? Let's jump on to the divisibility rule of 4. For divisibility rule of 4, always check last two digits. Always check last two digits. If those last two digits are divisible by 4, then the whole number is also divisible by 4. For an example, 694. Is 94 divisible by 4? No. So this number is not divisible by 4. Let's jump to 328. Is 28 divisible by 4? Yes, it is divisible by 4. 28 by 4 is 7. So this number is divisible by 4. Got it? Divisibility rule of 5. In this, any number ending with 5 or 0 so is divisible by 5. Got it? Next, divisibility rule of 6. If a number is divisible by 2 and 3, then will be divisible by 6 also. 6 also. Example. Suppose there is a number 24. It is divisible by 2 also. 24 is divisible by 3 also. 24 will be divisible by 6 also. Number 100 and let's take an example like 154 and 2. This can be divided by 2 also. This can be divided by 1 plus 5 6. 6 12 divided by 3 also. True. This can be divided by 6 also. Let's check. 1542 divided by 6. 6 2 12 34 6 5 30 42 and 6 7. It is 42. Remainder is 0. So this number is also divisible by 6. Got it? Now the next one is divisibility rule of 7. That is a bit complex. Listen it carefully. Now for divisibility rule of 7, I have two tricks. First trick is listen it carefully. There is any number, suppose A, B, C is any number. What you can do is separate this number and what do you do? AB minus 2C. And if the equivalent, if divisible by, sorry 7 and the equivalent should be a two-digit number. The equivalent should be a two-digit number, and if that two-digit number is divisible by 7, then the number is divisible by 7. For an example, 854. What you do next step? 85 minus 2 into 4. What do we get? 85 minus 8. We get 77. Now this is divisible by 7. Completely divisible means this number is divisible by 7. This thing can work for every number, but if the numbers are too long, like 6 digit, 7 digit, 8 digit numbers, then you will start subtracting number. You will have a 6 digit number, then again you will subtract the last digit, again you will have 5 digit number. It will be a lengthy process. For few numbers there is another process. For an example, I take a number 4 5 3 7792. Now taking from the right side, from right to left, divide the number into the groups of 3. One group is this, another group is this, and this one is the third group which is left alone. Let's consider this 1, this as 2, this as 3. Now add the odd groups and the even groups. Add the odd groups and the even groups. It's like 792 प्लस 4 हो जाएगा, ये ऑड ग्रुप है 1 and 3 वाला. Subtract the sum of even group. Even group is only one, that is 537. It will become 796, and the difference will come out to be 259. Now if you all check that 259 is divisible by 7 or not, yes, it is divisible. If you divide it, you will get approximately 37, I guess, and it is completely divisible. So this number is divisible by 7. Got it? For the lengthy numbers, you can take this. This was process 1, this was process 2 for the divisibility of 7. Let's jump on to the next one, divisibility of 8. Divisibility of 8, what you will do, like in divisibility of 4, we check the last 2 digits. But in divisibility of 8, what we'll do, we'll check the last 3 digits. We'll check last 3 digits. And if divisible, then the number is also divisible. Also divisible. Got it? For an example, 4 1 6 8. We will check that 168 is divisible or not. 168 is clearly divisible, 21. Then this complete number is also divisible by 8. Now for the divisibility rule of 9. Divisibility rule of 9 says that sum of numbers again, like we started for 3, sum of numbers. If divisible by 9, then the number is also divisible by 9. The easiest one, divisibility of 10, we just need to check the last digit. If last digit equals to 0, then the number is divisible by 10. Now let's check our divisibility of 11. Please listen to me carefully in the divisibility of 11 as well, because in the PDF which I have shared, there were divisibility till 10 only. Now for divisibility rule of 11, listen carefully. What we'll be doing, we'll be adding all the digits at odd places and adding all the digits at even places. We'll subtract the sum of odd digits minus the sum of even digits. For an example, let's take this example. I guess the string is long enough. Now the odd digits will be 7, 4, 3 and 9. Even digits will be 2, 4, 5, and this one. The sum of the even digits will be 1 plus 5, 6 plus 4, 10 and 2, 12, and the sum of odd digits will be 7, 4, 11 and 3, 14 and 9, 23. That is sum of odd digits minus sum of even digits, that is 11. If the subtraction of odd digits and the even digits, that is sum, is 11 or multiple of 11 or 0, then the number is divisible by 11, otherwise not. Got it? Now let's have a look at divisibility rule of 12. Any number if divisible by 3 and 4 both, then the number will be divisible by 12 also. Then the number will be divisible by 12 also. Now let's have a look at the divisibility rule of 13. It's a bit again complex one, but very similar to the divisibility rule of 7. In that, what we did, we just made the groups from right. Let's have a look at the divisibility rule of 13 again with the same example as, again with the same method we did in divisibility rule of 7. Now let's take this example. Again, make the groups from the right, subtract what we got. Difference is 91. If the grouping difference is a multiple of 13, then or 0, then we can say that the complete number is divisible by 13. Got it? We'll do some practice questions as well. I'll upload a sheet, you will practice them, and if there will be any doubt, I'll be there for your help. Now divisibility rule of 14. Any number divisible by 2 and 7 will be divisible by 14. Will be divisible by 14 as well. Got it? Similarly, for the divisibility rule of 15, any number if divisible by 3 and 5, any number divisible by 3 and 5, then that number will be divisible by 15 also. One thing I would like to add over here is that if you think that if a number is divisible by a and b, then that number will be divisible by ab, means a into b. It is possible only and only when these a and b are possible only if a and b are co-prime. If a and b are co-prime. Now what are co-prime numbers? Prime number is a number which has only one factor, that is 1 and its own. Co-prime are those numbers which have no common factor. For an example, I would like to tell you an example with like 36, number 36. It is divisible by 6 also. It is divisible by 4 also. But is it divisible by 6 into 4, 24? No. Because 4 and 6 are not co-prime. 4 and 6 are not co-prime numbers. Okay. Co-prime numbers are the numbers which do not have any common factor. Okay. Which do not have any common factor. And for co-prime numbers, there will be only one common factor. That would be 1. That is like very obvious. So keep in mind that a and b divisibility rule will always be true when a and b are co-prime. Now, what is modulus of a number? Modulus of a number is displayed like this: mod x. Mod x can have values like x when x is greater than equal to 0, minus x when x is less than 0. Got it? But mod will only always be positive. मॉड को हम जब भी दिखाएंगे मॉड ऑफ -5 भी 5 होगा, मॉड ऑफ 5 भी 5 ही होगा। मॉडुलस, इसमें साइन हट जाता है, ओनली पॉजिटिव वैल्यू रिमेन्स। नाउ नेक्स्ट इज द लास्ट डिजिट कॉन्सेप्ट। लास्ट डिजिट कॉन्सेप्ट किसे कहते हैं कि अगर एक ही नंबर को मैं रिपीटिशन में मल्टीप्लाई करूं तो लास्ट डिजिट बार बार क्या आएगा। साइक्लिसिटी किसे कहते हैं, ये साइक्लिसिटी वर्ड यूज किया गया है। फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, 2 1 2, 2 into 2 will be 4, 2 into 2 into 2 will be 8, and 2 raised to power 4 similarly will be 16. But again 2 raised to power 5 will be 32, 2 raised to power 6 will be 64. Now if you see at the last digit 2 4 8 6, I would like just write here 2 4 8 6. But again after 6 2 and 4 has started repeating, means after every 4 cycles it will start repeating. In the case of 3, it will be 3 raised to power 1 is 3, 3 raised to power 2 is 9, 3 raised to power 3 is 27, and 3 raised to power 4 is 81. Again if we start continuing, it will start again the last digit from 3, 9, 7 and 1. Now these are the cyclicities given up to 9. From 2 to 9, because for 1 it will be the same itself always. Now these all cyclicity will be very much required in the questions, like for an example, what could be the last digit of 3 raised to the power 106? In such type of questions, what will be the last digit of 147 raised to the power 92? In such type of questions, or it could be like questions are like a raised to power x into b raised to the power y. What will be the last digit, considering that a, x and b, y all are numerics, this is just a variable formation, that what will be the last digit. Now we have studied divisibility rule concept, some numbers and numerologies, and like modulus concept and the concept of cyclicity. In the next lecture we'll have few questions, and I'll give you the practice sheet also on such concepts. All the best. Thank you.